We'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials, grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
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 Roll call, please.
Allen.
Here.
Green.
Here.
LaFour.
Here.
Mastarovich.
Here.
Reindel.
Here.
Ricks.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Good to see everybody here. Approval of minutes for the City Council meeting of September 6th. Motion be in order.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have the minutes from the special meeting on August 30th. Is there a motion?
Make that motion.
Support.
Made and supported. Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Audience comments on non-agenda items. Mr. Accavetti?
Thank you. My name is Dan Accavetti, Deputy Director of Government Relations for Commissioner Candace Miller, and I want to thank you for allowing me some time to speak with you tonight. I'll have a very brief presentation, and I will take any questions, that we can jump into specifics as much as you want, or I'm available as necessary. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what we do here at Macomb County Public Works, and specifically one project that we just completed right outside your door on the Richmond Columbus drain. And it's kind of exciting as I'm traveling around the county. I spoke in front of Richmond Township last week and Richmond today, and those are my only two communities that have Bell River watershed included. Richmond's split kind of in the middle, where the northern part goes directly out the Bell River watershed, and the southern part goes to the Anchor Bay watershed. Great majority of our time is spent on the Clinton River watershed, which is where the vast majority of our cleanup efforts are going. So we have this list of county drains that are within the city of Richmond. Countywide, we are charged with managing approximately 750 miles of drains, of which 350 miles of those are enclosed and approximately 400 miles are open. In the city of Richmond, we're looking at 13,500 feet approximately of open, and another 36,800 feet of enclosed, and they're shown here on this map. Everything in our world starts with a water district and a drainage map. The project I wanted to discuss with you today is the match project that the city participated with on this little clean out here that was very impactful. It was only about 550 feet. We ended up having to go just a touch more and hauling out a little bit more dirt. This project was made possible because of the support of the Macomb County Board of Commissioners for the match program to work on primarily open drain projects. We are going to be asking for quite a bit more next year as more and more of these are inching up. What we're finding is a lot of the drainage districts were set up sometimes 100 years ago, 60 years, 50 years, and they really haven't been touched ever since. So we have a long way to go, and we're stretching that. Here's some pictures, a little bit before and after. These are, I guess, are all during, and I think you can see it right out there. And this video, I think, shows the impact. Uh-oh, turnover. Hold on. I gotta get it at least facing the right way. If I put it on this view, it faces. All right, let's spin you over. Once we cut loose, it lowered the upstream enclosed portion of this drain, we think about 20 to 24 inches. And I just was out there just now, and it was still lowered. So I thought that was a pretty impactful example of how necessary this project was needed. We did end up hauling away quite a bit of dirt out of this site. Many of our drain clean-outs, we leave the dirt on site, leave the spoils on site. Generally, we're going through farm fields in areas that have that kind of room. In this instance, we didn't really want to leave it on site, so we did haul it off. Here's just some before and after pictures. The job was complete on September 9th, and we will be keeping an eye on the vegetation and the growth coming in. We expect it to fully restore pretty quick here. Here's some earlier pictures during the process. Another couple shots during as we were out there working. And another shot toward the end of it. I did want to point out some of the other things that we do too. This one was very near. We will do day-to-day removals of major blockages without billing a district per se. And this was just a doozy of a beaver dam. And these these nature's builders and engineers are unbelievable. This was on the Richmond relief drain just south of the city here in Lenox Township, and the amount of I don't know what I just did there. I did something. The amount of expertise in that is just amazing to me. How they build these. So that's really all I had. I know I wanted it to be short and sweet within 5 minutes. I am available to take any questions. We manage. Not as much for the city of Richmond as we do for other communities in Macomb County. A lot of the other communities got our hands in the sanitary sewer disposal systems, and we manage some of the CSO projects down in St. Clair Shores, Roseville, and East Point. When it comes to the city of Richmond, our county drain network, which we basically manage on the city's behalf and on the district's behalf. We also would manage a soil erosion pursuant to our MPDES permit, and there's new development standards, which I know your engineer is very well aware of, Ken Kingsley. I know you worked with him for years and years and years, and it sounds like he did just retire. You're in great hands there, and those are kind of our impacts here, and we're proud of what we do, and I hope you guys are happy with that project that we did right here for you.
We definitely are. It's in our distant future, we will be able to finally drain the entirety of Howard Street, which we've never been able to do. It's been talked about for decades, and this is going to solve that problem for us definitely down the road.
Well, let's keep them. If there's anything, any other ones next year, again, we got a pretty aggressive program. A lot of times it gets gobbled up with your Rays, your Macombs. Armada has got a little bit as well, and it is a limited pool. So if there are other open areas that need to be worked on, we're more than happy to do that.
So that water is running to Pound Road, northeast, basically?
So here's the district, and it's kind of neat. I don't know if that was a question for me, but I'll share with you anyway. So here's the map of when this district was kind of incorporated. You know, it goes up the railroad tracks and east. I don't know which one's where is Pound Road over here someplace?
That would be about Pound Road, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pound Road right here. And just short of it, and then eventually it gets down into the Bell River, which is not shown on my map, which it's over here. I know we're working on the one development plan that is coming through our office is the Swan Creek addition, and I know there's some talk about that, that community retention and where the uses of that are coming in. So I could go on and on and on, but I don't want to take up any of your time in it. But I am willing to answer any questions about what we're doing at Public Works or what you'd like to see moving forward.
Well, we're very happy that we could partner with you.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long time. I don't remember the last time that we had to deal with something of this magnitude that'll have such a great effect on our community in the long run. That's one of probably the worst streets we have because we haven't been able to run the water anywhere. And with this, it brings us where we like the curb and gutter, and it cleans up the whole neighborhood that way.
It would be interesting to pop some of these structures and see, how much of this was actually holding. And luckily, there was enough grade here where that could cut loose into this area. We could very easily, in maybe next season, if necessary, continue this to where it crosses railroads.
We have discussed that, extending it to the next culvert, which is, I believe, the track, after the track.
Yep.
And the mayor, what the mayor's referring to is Howard Street, which is the red line, in the east, right, further east, on the other side of the railroad tracks. The intention, this
It's over here.
Yeah, this is was kind of a requirement to allow the capacity we need to send some drainage from Howard Street into that, kind of relocate it, get into that drain sooner. We're working with the drain commission on that.
Okay, we have this right over here.
And that's east, straight down 32 Mile Road. The intention, we'd like to send it underneath the railroad tracks into the.
So it's come up north. Is there?
This was a precursor to that.
Okay, great. And if you need more grade there or anything else, that's great. That probably will come through our office at one point.
We've already started the process.
Okay.
We've been contacting with Darryl quite a bit over the last few years.
Yeah, you see this area here's got no county established drains in it.
Right.
Right over there, which is the area you're probably looking at. Well, thank you. On behalf of Candace, Commissioner Miller, I really appreciate you allowing us to share some of our work, and feel free to reach out anytime unless there's any questions.
Council, any other questions? Oh, no. We just appreciate working with you.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you. Any other audience comments? Adoption agenda, Mr. City Manager, changes?
I do have one change. I would request that council consider adding item 10, consideration of approving a special event request for mobile food vendor Richmond Band Boosters.
City Council, any changes? Motion to accept the amended agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Support.
What's been made and supported? Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
What's been made and supported? There is no discussion on that motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to items for consideration. We have 10 this evening on the amended agenda. First one is being consideration of special event request, Goodfellow Paper Sale, Richmond Lions Club. Mr. City Manager?
The council is scheduled to consider the request received from the Richmond Lions Club to conduct their annual Goodfellow paper sale on Friday, December 2nd and Saturday, December 3rd. This is the same request that we receive each year from the Lions Club for the Goodfellow paper sale.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the request received from the Richmond Lions Club to conduct their Goodfellow paper sale at the intersections of Main Division and County Line Road and St. Clair Highway on Friday, December 2nd and Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. Further, that the Lions Club agree not to be in the Main Division intersection on Friday, December 2nd from 2:30 to 3:30. And further, that the Lions agree to sign a liability waiver.
Support.
What's been made and supported? Any discussion on this item? Hope you have great weather. Is that December 3rd? Is that our tree lighting?
Yes.
It is, okay. And we would, whatever. I believe that isn't consideration until 7 in the evening. Or Saturday's just till 1. Okay, Friday's till 7. Okay, we wouldn't have any ill effect.
Yeah, it's
Traffic.
been that same day before, and they're out of the intersection well before the parade.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else, council? Chief? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 2 is consideration of community center flooring. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider quotes for the replacement or overlay of the tile floor in the community center and BEEBE Street Park. The recreation budget included $16,000 to replace the floors in the building. The community center was built in 2004, so the floor is now close to 18 years old. The recreation director received proposals from 2 flooring companies for the floor replacement. Based on the use of the building, traffic, and cost, the director is recommending that council consider the Dreamweaver luxury vinyl plank click-together floating floor covering. This type of floor covering will be much easier to maintain than the existing tile floor. The new flooring will be installed in the entryway, the main room, and the main room of the facility where the existing floor is showing its age. The tile floor in the office, bathrooms, kitchen, and storage areas are still in relatively good shape due to lack of pass-through traffic.
Thank you.
Oh, I was just going to mention that the rec director Van Hove is here. We're recommending the 20 mil option from Richmond Interiors, and she does have the sample with her.
Oh, you have a sample. Can we see it, Margot?
Oh, that's lovely.
I went through colors, quite a few colors, and ended up going with something like this because it more matches the trim and everything. And I was telling Jamie, the other colors, there's maybe 12 to choose from. The walls took on a different tone every color you put down, so this is about the closest. And then the 20 mil, I don't have a sample of the 12 mil, but the 20 mil is much thicker, has a longer warranty. I did propose the questions to the owner of Fallon. She was supposed to get back with me after she spoke to the representative about the age and the wear, and then the transition. John had a concern about the transition going into the bathrooms, but I think that'll be handled with the threshold. So, but I will give us a 6.
Okay,
So this is the floor.
very good. Do you have anything else to add?
About the floor? No, I don't think so. I didn't. We didn't pursue VCT type tiles because of the wear and the salt and everything gets into the cracks and lifts the tiles, and then they start cracking and from the salt mopping, various things like that. So we're hoping that something like this, it was recommended to us through Richmond Interiors, so we're hoping that this has a little bit more durability.
Very good. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the community center floor replacement proposal from Richmond Interiors for the Timeless Beauty 20 mil floating floor in the amount of $16,187.56.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion?
I just have a question with the way the tile snaps and it has a crevice. Is there a way to clean that then?
I'm hoping that the crevice that you see here is part of the floor. It's
Yeah,
part
but
of the
if
wood.
that's where it snaps, so then it just gets buildup of dirt in between.
I mean, those are things that I'll also ask Fallon, if we put this down and it's not durable and holding because of the cleaning.
Installed properly, it won't have a problem.
That's
I've
what
done
I'm-
2
yeah.
houses in similar flooring, and as long as it's properly installed, there's no problems with
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I've never seen an issue with it. I've done quite a few.
I don't have this kind of flooring, so I can't speak for it.
I
so.
don't either, so that's why I was asking
Yeah.
about. But I remember in my hardwood floor where it met,
Yes.
I would have to get in with a little vacuum
Yes,
every now
yeah,
and then.
yeah.
That'd be the only. Okay.
Anything else, council? Chief, anything? Yeah? Thanks, Doug. Very good, very good.
Okay.
Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Consideration of play structure, BB Park. Mr. City Manager.
And the City Council is scheduled to approve the purchase of a play structure climber for BB Park. The Recreation Board met at their September 6th meeting and recommended a quote from Miracle of Michigan in the amount of $23,239. The rec budget includes $20,000 towards the purchase of a climbing play structure, when we received quotes from a couple of different companies to see what we could get for that range of prices for a 5 to 12-year-old play structure, the one from Miracle of Michigan for a Tots Choice expansion structure is a little bit more. We would need to amend the budget by, I think, $3,239. But the recreation director felt between the two, one is more of like a cargo net style climber, and then the other one is more of a play structure style climber, that she felt there was just more activities with the Miracle of Michigan, and that's why she made the recommendation, or the rec board is making the recommendation that we amend the budget so that we can afford that play structure versus the net one that was in the budget a couple of years ago.
Thank you. Margot, anything to add to this?
No, I don't think so. So this is going to replace the fitness equipment that we took out. The opening is still there. Jim thought he was supposed to fill it in. But the opening is still there, and it still has a base for fall. The play structure that I'm asking for, requesting, will fit within that for the fall parameters and everything. And it's more of like a fitness structure for kids ages 5 to 12 years old. So as opposed to the net climber. The net climber's neat, but it's just a net climber. You just climb up to the top and you come down, so, yeah.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendment to the Recreation Fund Parks and Recreation Department Equipment Acquisition line item from $20,000 to $23,239.
Support.
Motion been made and support. Any discussion? Be not? Chief? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We need another motion to purchase.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the Tots Choice expansion structure, play structure from Miracle of Michigan in the amount of $23,239.
Support.
Motion been made and support. Any discussion? I think it's a much better option than the first one that we had talked about.
I think so too, and it had been quoted before, but with the increase with supply and demand and everything going up, it had gone up. So I think that's where the 3,000 kind of came into play. Thank you.
Jim, that property, that seemed to flood. It seemed awfully low when we did have the structures in there. Did we ever backfill that at all or anything?
And you're referring to the
Yes.
proposed location?
Yes.
I mean, at least since I've been here, we haven't adjusted the grade or added any drainage to it.
Okay.
But it is quite depressed now, where there's probably an opportunity to either add some drainage if needed, or simply raising the grade may address that.
Yeah, could we address that?
Sure, I'll talk to
Administratively.
Jim about,
Yeah.
maybe now's the time to put some drain tile in prior to us then filling it up,
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
fall surface.
that'd be great. Counsel, you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Chief, anything? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We'll see that, I assume, in the spring.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Item number 4 is consideration of water treatment plant oxidation ditch rotor tube painting. Mr. City Manager.
The current budget included funds for the replacement of the oxidation ditch rotor tube paddles. The paddles were previously approved by the council for the south oxidation ditch. Inspection of the rotor tube, which holds the paddles, found that the tube was in good condition but should be sandblasted, primed, and repainted to ensure the tube will last another 30 years. The tube has some surface rust currently. So now that we got the paddles and went to go put them on, we realized we need a little bit more painting out there to make sure everything lasts a long time.
Better now than later, right?
Yes, so we're recommending the low bidder.
Very good. Jim, anything to add to that at all?
No?
Okay.
Thank you.
Council, motion, please.
Make a motion to authorize the expense of $12,500 for rotor tube painting from Edward J. Painting, with expenses charged to the appropriate line item in the wastewater treatment equipment replacement fund.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion on this item? Chief, back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 5, consideration of resignation from Planning Commission. Mr. City Manager.
City Council is scheduled to consider accepting the resignation of Dr. Patrick McClellan from Planning Commission. Dr. McClellan's resignation letter is attached. At the last Planning Commission meeting, we did present him with Resolution 2022-13, recognizing his 54 years of service on the on the Planning Commission, to which I believe he was very moved.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Make the motion to accept the resignation of letter from Dr. Patrick McClellan from the Planning Commission.
Support. It's been made and supported. Any discussion on this? As John said, we did give Doc the, what am I thinking?
Resolution.
Resolution, thank you.
Yep.
On Thursday. It was a somber, I guess would be the word, after 54 years of service, and the majority of those as chairman of the
Yes.
Planning Commission. Had just a great amount of influence on the growth of our community. And I don't believe, as long as my family's been involved in the city of Richmond, I do not believe anybody has served anywhere near that kind of time in the city of Richmond. I think Cy Diger was on TIFR for many, many years. He's the only one that would come even remotely close. So we, very grateful for all of his years, as busy of a man as he was as a doctor to the community. He definitely helped us get where we are today. So anyhow, we'll miss him on planning, and he will be relocating to I believe would it be a senior living?
Yeah, senior community.
Not far from here, so we're definitely going to miss him and thank him for all of his years of service to the community.
I will say that in all my time on the Planning Commission, I was fortunate to serve these past 16 years with him. Whether the people came out to the Planning Commission in favor of something or to come out and really let us have it, he always thanked them for coming out, and made sure that regardless, he thanked the community for participating and wanted them to come out and, whichever side of an issue they were going to side on, he wanted them to come out and participate.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be hard to replace Doc with all of his experience, but we wish him well. Any other comments? Chief, any comments? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 6, consideration of scheduling 2023 council meeting schedule. Mr. City Manager.
In order to comply with the requirements of the Open Meetings Act, council must establish the schedule of council meetings for the upcoming year. The dates before you are for the first and third Mondays of every month at 7 p.m. We have adjusted a couple due to the holiday schedule, but there is one that we did not adjust that council may want to take a look at before making a motion, and that is the July 3rd meeting. The 4th of July this year falls on a Tuesday, so City Hall would be closed on Tuesday, but we would have a council meeting Monday. Again, fine for us, but if council's planning on 4th of July camping trips, this current year, the 4th is on Monday, and rather than have the meeting on the 5th, we moved it to the 6th. So you may want to look at that date when considering your meeting schedule.
Thank you. I'm going to make a motion to adopt a 2023 City Council meeting schedule with one amendment of removing the July 3rd date to the July 6th date. Is there any support for that?
I'll support that.
Motion made and supported. Discussion. I'm thinking the day after the 5th, people could still be traveling home or still on holiday. The 6th is a Thursday. I don't believe there's any other city meetings on the first Thursday. The second Thursday, we have planning, but that should be wide open. We can always change this and get closer if we had to, but I'd like to give a day of grace here after the 4th and come in on a Thursday. And is that all right with the administration as far as paying the bills?
Again, there's certain bills like DTE or something that if we're going to run into a deadline, we ship it out early, but yeah.
We still need the lights, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Chief, anything? Back to the table? Does that mean he's coming to all the council meetings? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Okay. Item number 7, consideration of scheduling a quarterly roundtable meeting date. Mr. City Manager?
Council is being asked to schedule the next quarterly roundtable meeting. The quarterly roundtable provides the opportunity for council to discuss specific areas of concern in detail in a workshop format without taking formal action on those matters. The regular meetings for October are scheduled for October 3rd and the 17th. We'll make whatever works. The 3rd is coming up very quickly with the last couple of weeks that we've had here.
Thank you. I'll make a motion again to schedule the specially quarterly roundtable meeting of the City Council on October 17th at 5:30 at City Hall.
Support.
Been made and supported. Discussion. Hopefully, I haven't had a chance to talk to Mike and Jamie, but I'm requesting that administration gets out the city manager's evaluation as soon as possible, and that we would be able to get together with John before. And we don't feel right now that there is a whole lot of things for the roundtable meeting. We may be able to do that from 5:30 to 7, even if we have to go back after, and reconvene after the regular meeting. But we should have enough time to possibly do the review at that time also. Get this done and not drag this out into November, December, January like we have before. We just kind of miss it. So hoping that will work for everybody. That's why I go with that, the 17th. John agrees to it also. When I talked to him today, if that was what was going to happen, that he was good with it too. Are you good with it, Mike and Jenny? Trying to expedite the evaluation? Okay, great. Okay, any other discussion? Chief, anything? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 8 is consideration of Stone Street reconstruction, design engineering. Mr. City Manager?
The current budget includes funding for the reconstruction of Stone Street. That's also going to be a water main project as well. And so we're requesting, we requested a proposal from the city engineers to provide a complete design engineering for Stone Street, as the city doesn't have the resources to perform this work in-house. We will still work with them to keep the costs down, but requesting that they handle the design and engineering of the street. Due to this being professional services, it's not required to go out for bid.
Thank you. Jim, anything to add?
No, just to reiterate, this is a water main replacement. We're coordinating the road replacement, as we always do with infrastructure improvements. So they will be preparing standard engineered drawings, which do have to go to Eagle for approval, permit approval, stuff like that. And this project does include a survey for potentially adding one block of Park Street and one block of Water Street that abut Stone Street, because they've both recently had some significant water main breaks.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to authorize the expense of $79,500 for design engineering services on the Stone Street reconstruction project by Tetra Tech, with expenses charged to the appropriate line item in the local street fund.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on this?
I know.
Chief, anything? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. And we have item number 9, consideration of Diane Lane reconstruction, design engineering. Mr. City Manager.
Again, the current budget included funding for the reconstruction of Diane Lane. The city's engineers, Tetra Tech, provided a proposal to complete design engineering for that street. The majority of the effort will be the preparation of plan sheets, as the city does not have electronic drawing files for Diane Lane, nor can we do that in-house. However, the city staff does intend to prepare the bid specs, bid the project, and will likely provide the inspection services in-house during the construction.
Thank you. Is there, Jim, anything else on this?
I guess reiterating again, we will be providing inspection for this project, and most likely, if we have the time, we will also be doing the construction inspection on Stone Street as a benefit to the city. The big, as was stated, the biggest reason for Tetra Tech being involved in this project of this scope is we don't have drawings, and we feel it's a benefit to the city to have good documents for future. So we, as a DPW, locate all the utilities very well, and we add sewer cleanouts if they don't already exist, and locate all the curb stops, and that information gets put on the drawing, which is very helpful for the next 50 years, as we're going forward, that we have a good drawing. That's the benefit. And in fact, we found a manhole that was not known to exist and was 2 feet from a tree as part of our process, so it's already helped us to better understand our infrastructure by doing this.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Make motion to authorize the expense of $25,000 for the design engineering services of Diane Lane reconstruction project by Tetra Tech with the expense charge of the appropriate line item.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Now, both these items plan to be done by July 1st?
Correct. So the design phase, they will be done in time to go to planning this fall, bid late winter, early, January we will be bidding them, and then they'll be constructed and substantially complete by during this fiscal year. Yeah.
Okay, great. There's a little typo on the first paragraph there. Must be another one of those, what do you call them, paste and...
Copy paste.
Copy paste.
I'm sure that's my fault.
It says Burke Drive instead of...
I read that thing 3 times, I'm sorry.
I know. Any other discussion on this, council? Chief, back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Okay, item number 10 on the amended agenda is consideration special event request. Mr. City Manager.
City Council is scheduled to consider approving a special event request from Richmond Band Boosters to have one food truck for their pumpkin sale and craft show. At your August 15th meeting, the council approved the across the road banners and temporary signage in association with this event. And then Friday, Sherry Gasco reached out to me that they would like to have this food truck at their event on Saturday. And so the Band Boosters are looking to have a food truck Lighthouse Cafe set up for their event on the Saturday, October 1st from 9 to 4.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special event request for a mobile food vendor from Richmond Band Boosters to have one food truck Lighthouse Cafe for their pumpkin sale from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 1st, 2022.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Any discussion on this item? Chief, anything? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to miscellaneous matters from the city manager, sir.
Just a reminder, I have a class reunion this Friday, so we'll be out of town. Also, as the mayor mentioned, I did prepare the evaluation forms and a cover letter with instructions to get it back to Mike Mastrovich, the mayor pro tem, at your next meeting, so 2 weeks from tonight, if you want to take one and pass the rest. And that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, sir. Council comments. Ron?
Yeah, Jim and give a shout out to your crews. They did an incredible job cleaning them up after good old days. Come through real early in the morning and go to work, and it was already looking top notch. And I received multiple comments from the community on that also. So everyone did notice. So
Okay, I
you
will,
guys did a
thank you.
great job.
Very good. John?
Nothing.
Em?
I'm good, thank you.
I just want to thank all the volunteers who helped make the good old days happen this last weekend. It was a great success, and like Rob said, it doesn't even look like a festival happened. So it was enjoyed by all.
Yeah, I would agree with Rob. My mother-in-law lived on the one street that had some major trees, and Nissan and Howard Street, so they're very impressed with whatever you guys did, so, and it was great.
Michael?
I concur with everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, yeah, great job. Great job. It's, it made it, to some people, it made it look like we really didn't get hit hard because it was cleaned up so fast.
Oh, yeah.
And so hats off to everybody in the city and all those that came to help. Good Old Days Festivals, highly, I had a meeting today with some of the chairmen of some of the events and got some numbers, and it was a record setter. Last year was a record setter because of, the year after COVID for many, many festivals and fairs throughout the state. Many of them had reported kind of a down year this year. Some of the more local fairs and festivals said they had good years this year. We were wondering where we were going to be, and again, as of today, 2 of our major events were record breakers for us, so real happy about that. And all the help that we had from all the city's departments, it was a really great parade this year, even with missing many of our Canadian bands because of getting back over. I guess it's very easy to come into the United States, but it's very hard to go back. So that held a few of them off. But overall, it was a great weekend. It was great weather, even though it was reported it wasn't going to be. A little warm for some people. A lot of people are used to putting on their sweaters and coats for the festival weekend, starting of the fall. That certainly was not the case this year. But it was a great year for the festival, and we're looking forward already, planning for next year's, and always looking for volunteers to help out with the festival. We're not hurting for volunteers. Richmond is a great place to have volunteers, but we're always looking for new ideas, and you don't have to volunteer, just give us a new idea. P.O. Box 271, Richmond, Michigan. Send us an idea. We'd love to look at new ideas for new things for our festival. So again, thank you to everybody that helped, all the volunteers, all the sponsors, all of our business people. They were just amazing this year with the sponsorships. And individuals that worked all year long did a heck of a job. And those that came in on the weekend and helped did a heck of a job also. So very proud of everybody and proud of our festival. So we will go into closed session. We will need a motion to go into closed.
I'll make a motion to convene into closed session in accordance with Section 8C of the Michigan Open Meetings Act, Public Act 267 of 1976, as amended, for strategy and negotiation sessions connected with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement as requested by administration.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, roll call, please.
Allen?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
LaFour?
Yes.
Mastarovich?
Yes.
Rindell?
Yep.
Ricks?
Yes.
Warren?
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll go into closed session. We'll take a 5-minute break before we go in.